I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, I was by the stove. Big inside this cases once do me dirty, I'ma find you lay out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself, rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help, they keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said broski you a star. I said brother hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting. Now they see me out in public and be known what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young...
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return is positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. First and 10, Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 21. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Numbers-wise, another great season for Brown. Over 100 catches, nearly 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. But, yes, there was some late-season drama, was there not?
There was, and that has the Steelers, it sounds like, listening to trade offers in the offseason. Front office saying they're not going to release him, but, quote, all options are on the table, which is not something you normally hear with your number one receiver. And those kind of numbers, remember, they're amassed despite double and triple coverage on just about every snap.
First carry for James Conner. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Connor, of course, missed the final month of the season with that ankle injury, and too bad because before that he was well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, but he finished with 973.
And he was definitely more than adequate in place of Le'Veon Bell because he caught the ball out of the backfield too. 55 catches, 13 total touchdowns. James Conner showed in preseason that he could play and carried it throughout the regular season as well.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
That one goes for 24 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he puts it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Attention shifting back to Carolina as they come onto the field. And you talked about it earlier. They started 6-2. Everything was looking good. Then 7 losses in a row in 2018. Besides Cam Newton retooling and not maybe running as much, what else needs to happen in Carolina?
I have to start with Cam Newton and his running because they've wanted him to run the ball less in recent years. But what's that expression that Cam used? A lion's got to roar. Running the football is a part of me. And it allows him to feel like he's part of the game. Well, they've got to be more judicious about that. He just has to get healthy because he was throwing the football better than he ever had in his career. But I do think the injury changed everything for Carolina because when he couldn't make the throws necessary, it really hurt them moving the ball downfield and put a lot of pressure on their defense.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Third and long, it's Newton. Dancing to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the third team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. No doubt it was a good season for McCaffrey. He finishes 6th in the league in rushing the football over 1,000 yards, but how about what he did in the pass game?
Imagine if he just focused on one or the other, the kind of numbers he could put up. Instead, combining fantastic season. Over 1,000 on the ground, over 100 catches in the air. This guy can flat out do it all. And if they weren't worried about injury, he'd return punts and kickoffs as well. He's a dynamic player.
And those 107 catches, an NFL record for a running back. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a place that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They give it to him running left, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Room past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Charlotte after this. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. They'll pitch it out to Bell. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Devin Funchess, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Got a second here to assess Pittsburgh's last season as their offense comes onto the field. You know, for most of the folks that are fans of the Steel City, they're probably saying, wow, this was tough. But, hey, they were 9-6-1. The thing is, expectations there are playoffs every year.
You're right. And to show that, they haven't been under 500 since 2003. It's a very consistent franchise. But remember how the season began. Le'Veon Bell once again holding out. They expected him to show up and play. That didn't happen. Then at the end of the year, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to happen there? So they bookended their season with controversies.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Big hold of the 30. And McDonald here over the middle. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now following the interception, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Thomas Davis. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Roethlisberger, throw complete there. Rodgers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Roethlisberger finding Rodgers, and the Steelers convert on third down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Vernon Butler busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Newton. Flush to his right. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Newton's going to throw it. And Olsen over the middle. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, 56 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Adams. And the return this time will go out.
Oh, shit. Why? I mean, I wouldn't have quit.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no, but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights, just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a, welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanted me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this cases once do me dirty, I'ma find you lay out on the floor. 19 with a, I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no, but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights, just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a, welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting. Now they see me out in public and be known what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just want to be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young...
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers.
How this happen?
Team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Wow.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
And you see this shit, we rematch.
19-yard line.
That shit crazy, ain't it? Yo. Huh? Do I play football? This a real game, that's what you're saying? Oh.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading.
Oh, you in yeah, I'm playing football. This you in party chat.
For him. It was on display there.
No, I thought you the dude I was just playing because I'm playing Madden, right? And me and this dude just played and I beat him. He quit. And so I go to play again, and how about they got me and him rematching?
On first down, Newton steps away to his left.
They got me and him rematching. I'm like, how the hell that shit happen? But guess ain't that many people on like that right now, so it's possible.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and he wants to use his legs in the game plan.
You missed a good one, man. When you left that match, you should have seen the way that one dude tricked us, man. That fucker was still in the damn house. You didn't see it.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, it looked like a quick
hit. Yeah, he was hanging. He was sitting outside waiting on our asses.
He wants to try and escape through the
fucked us up, man.
And he does so and picks up positive yardage.
But I'm gonna after this game, I'm gonna get back on Call of Duty. I ain't know what had happened to you.
Newton gonna hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
I don't think I'm gonna beat this dude this second time, boy. He got a good offense, but I kind of figured him out.
Because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Back to throw, Newton. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Damn.
18 yards the gain for number 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Say what now? Yeah.
McCaffrey on the counter, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35.
Hey, do you ever view any of them streamers that be doing?
He's looking for some running room and
that be streaming on Call of Duty?
I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Well, one of my friend on here now, I just became friend with him yesterday. He hell, man.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. This will be caught.
He good as hell.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
I don't know why I can barely.
Really nice gain of 25 yards. A first red zone opportunity.
Oh, I can hear you better now.
Far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
I turned my volume down a little bit on the game.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd.
Oh, this is going to be a good game, I can tell.
The scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number.
On zombies. Yeah.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
McCaffrey. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there.
Fine,
and now 4th and goal.
Now, 4th down, we know the difficulty factor goes way up, and we know it would be a disappointment for them to just kick a field goal here after driving all the way down the field. But I also know one other thing. It'd be a bigger disappointment to come away with no points.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eli Rodgers, 60 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Yeah.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20
that
to
game
the
be fucking me up.
line. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bud Dupree coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Newton.
I played a couple times, but I don't really like playing it like that. I can't really get into it.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Newton. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time
I'll be fucked up on this shit. I'll be
play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, 2nd major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beat down in the final.
Well, you know if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vernon Butler breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in high.
Yeah, I'm going to get on that after this.
Body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And out across midfield down to the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. Dancing to his left. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Space to run past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Newton now to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. A line of scrimmage once again at 5 as they get ready for second and goal. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, Roethlisberger.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
try and get things kick-started for him.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Newton. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Bird. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw for Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle.
Come on, Bird. How you missed that?
In the end zone. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Newton on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look,
South Carolina is down 6:48 here.
It becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself
and
go up at that moment of truth and make
where
a play
you
in
at?
football.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
142. Where you at? Hawaii? Damn.
Back to the air. Newton on 2nd down.
Hey.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
All right.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Throwing on first down. Newton escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing is Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gano's kick is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Again, it's Bell. Runs through the contact. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. They'll run it now out of the gun. So we got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Stop made there by Julius Peppers.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Now Newton. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey. Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. 20.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Again, Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And now running right through it. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting